Welcome back. Well, fall doesn't just mean comfort food and fashion, unfortunately. If you own a home, there's a whole list of things you should attend to before the snow starts to fly. So Chris is back with our fall checklist.
100% fall is a very busy time of year for homeowners. It's a transitional time of year. We're going from the fall into the winter, a lot of wet, a lot of cold temperatures approaching. So you want to get up there on your roofs. You're going to want to check out your shingles. If there's cracking, you're going to want to check around all your windows and doors to see how the silicone is. You're going to want to check around the perimeter of your home to see if there's water getting in anywhere. You're going to want to replace the batteries in your smoke detectors. You're going to have your furnace cleaned out and possibly replace your furnace filters as well. And most importantly, you don't want to forget cleaning out those gutters.
Oh, the gutters. Lots to think about there. And I know I've heard that last job you really don't like.
Cleaning out eaves troughs has to be one of my least favorite jobs. I'm not even comfortable being on ladders anymore. There's so many jobs to do around the house this time of year. So what do you do when you're looking for trades you need to connect with? One of the ways you can connect with a professional is through Jiffy. Paul, how does it work?
Yeah, so homeowners use the Jiffy app to instantly connect with nearby service professionals. So in your case, let's say you didn't want to go too much higher than you were going there, you hop on the app, you select one of the 40 categories, windows and eaves troughs cleaning, and there's a preset rate. You just say when you want someone, what you need done, and order, and within minutes you're matched with that nearby professional. They come, they do the work, all at that upfront rate, and bill you right through the app. So it's super easy and safe.
So do you do windows too?
Absolutely. Any small job around the house that you can think of. Now with fall, homeowners are really getting ready for winter, so things like barbecue cleaning, right? Power washing, just clearing out the deck, making sure it's looking nice and fresh, especially from all the stuff that can happen over the summer months. A yard cleanup, especially with the leaves falling, get a landscaping crew to come in. You just simply pay by the hour. If you don't have a landscaper or anything like that, you can get someone over same next day whenever you want and get that easily taken care of. You can rest assured that they are licensed in their trade. So, in windows and eaves cleaner, they all have, working at height certificates. If you're hiring an electrician or plumber, they're all licensed in their trades. We do all the background work. They're well insured. Everything's guaranteed. And if anything isn't perfect after the job, in those rare cases, you simply can just come to Jiffy and we stand behind every job rather than chasing after individual smaller companies.
You gotta love a service like that. I mean, for all of those jobs, the small jobs, the huge jobs, there's so much to think about around the home. And it is always best to hire someone for the jobs you don't know how to do or the ones that can be dangerous, right, Chris?
No, absolutely. And you can rest, not every homeowner is going to own a ladder that's going to be tall enough to get them up onto their roof. So by hiring a licensed professional that's with a specialized trade, they're going to show up with all the right equipment. So you don't need to risk yourself climbing up onto a ladder or falling off of something or, cutting yourself. So can't recommend enough to hire licensed professionals. I hire them all the time as a general contractor. I don't need to do everything. Hire special trades, do the specialized work, and you'll always have really good end results.
Oh, delegation is a good thing for sure. Okay, so for the
Always.
chores that you are going to tackle,
Yeah.
Chris, you went to do a little
Yeah.
bit of shopping for some cool gadgets. What'd you find?
Right, so I got these really cool gadgets, things I've never seen before at Lee Valley, and just kind of sticking in the whole, gutter and rain kind of theme. I got these new products. So we're going to start with this one here. It's called the Adjust-A-Spout. It goes at the end of your downpipe, where the water from the eaves trough goes down onto the yard. And this one, I like this one here because it's adjustable. It goes between 3 and 6 feet, so it goes, right out as far as you want, or less. And it also has this little attachment here that it can swivel. Because a lot of times those elbows, a lot of eaves trough is aluminum. You can't really adjust them, remove them. They kind of bend a lot. It being flexible and being adjustable, I think, it's going to come in really handy. And then another one that I've never seen before, it's really cool. It's called a rain drain, and it's this plastic coil. This goes on the end of your downpipe again, the same spot where this one would go. And as the rain flows, it kind of unrolls like this, believe it or not. And then when it's done raining, it coils back up because, again, that lower part of the downpipe, wherever it meets the yard or the curb of the driveway, that pipe, whether it's plastic or aluminum, always gets dented, always gets crushed, and that's where leaves get backed up. That's where you get ice. So between the Justice Spout and this one here, I think it's going to save a lot of downpipes.
That does look cool, Chris. And is that a rain chain you've got there?
Yes, it is a rain chain. I've never seen one before. I'm not sure if you have, but I immediately fell in love with it. So it goes on the underside of your eaves trough where the downpipe would go. And the idea is it collects water, it evenly distributes it, but also helps divert the water. It helps divert the water, into a rain barrel or away from the house. So it's has function and beauty. And then lastly, a gutter siphon. And if you know at the top of the eaves trough, where the eaves trough meets the downpipe, that's where leaves can collect and the leaves can actually clog the downpipe. So this is kind of a new take on an old invention. I really like this one because it's plastic. It's designed to expand and contract under the freezing temperatures, because as leaves clog up in the top part of that eaves trough, the leaves freeze, and you get a lot of freezing and thawing, and it can cause a lot of water getting into the house. So I think you really want to keep the eaves troughs free and clear of debris, and this little gutter siphon, I think, helps keep the eaves in the trough and not going down and clogging the pipe.
Very nice update there. So when you have your professional that you've hired up the ladder, you can say, please install this as well. What do you have next, Chris?
The next thing is it's this wood splitter. This mounts on the wall like this, and you put a block of wood in here, and it just chops the wood almost like a paper cutter. It's kind of cool. Put a whole block of wood in there, so that helps with your wood cutting and splitting.
Okay, that wood splitter looks almost fun to use. Obviously, be careful. What do you have next, Chris?
Okay, so next I have these things called stone setters, and what they are is they're little hooks, and they're designed to help move patio stones. I'm not sure if you've ever moved patio stones before, but they're quite cumbersome. They're heavy. It's really easy to tweak your back moving these things around, and the edges are kind of sharp, so they're really not a lot of fun to move around. I personally hate doing it, but these things are designed to, they go underneath the patio stone, and they allow you to pick them up and move them around. Either you can do it yourself, or you can do it in pairs, so you could work on bigger ones or smaller ones. But I'm a big fan of this, and I'm definitely gonna be putting a set of these in my toolkit.
Lastly, what do you have there?
Funky little tool. I've never seen this before. They're called Sidewinder pliers, and this is a remake of a tool that was made in the 1870s, and it was a practical tool then, and I think it's a practical tool now. Like you found yourself in a spot where you just need to get in, and you can't access the screw. With this little handle here, it allows you to really kind of get into really weird little intricate spots, and then also to have the leverage, because sometimes with long narrow screws you don't necessarily have the leverage, but with this little kind of curly Sidewinder bit here, it allows you to get into really tight spots, then also have the leverage to either pull or undo something. So another cool little tool, the Sidewinder.